Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on THV 11 Plus. I'm Hayden Balgavy.
I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm meteorologist Tracy Bean.
Good morning. I'm Ashley King. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I say it from Wednesday on until Friday. We're getting close to the weekend.
So now it's the real deal.
It
Now
is
it's the real deal.
And now it's Friday Eve for real.
For real. We're all ready for it too.
Yeah, we're ready for it. It's going to be a hot one, but we just got to get past these next couple of days. And luckily, the traffic isn't too bad this morning. It's just 7:01, so this hour is when things really start to pick up. But we get a little special treat this morning. This is I-430, the Rodney Parham exit. See off to the right there. I'm trying to find every camera view I can of this hot air balloon that's making its way over Little Rock. I can't figure out if it's over the Arkansas River or Little Rock right now, but don't worry, I'm investigating and I'm going to get as close as I can. I am on it.
It's Tom Brandon on his way to work.
Do you think that's Tom Brandon? That's how he comes in every day. He lands right here on the roof.
Skipping school.
Yeah, he'll be here shortly. Yeah, we'll hear a big thud. That's when you know that he's here, when he lands on our roof. But you can see that it's just floating. It looks pretty cool. Kind of a little treat for us this morning. As you can see across the metro, though, things are looking great. No major slowdowns. We have the typical slowdowns, no major delays, though. We've got the North Terminal interchange. We've got there at I-530 coming into Little Rock. And of course, around the Little Rock outlet malls, it is slowing down just a little bit. But otherwise, Tracy, things are looking pretty good. I know the weather's looking pretty good besides the fact that we're just going to be sweating all day.
Yeah, so I've got questions. If Tom is coming in on the hot air balloon, we're going to call him Santa Tom. Does that mean he's bringing gifts when he lands on the roof? Maybe water, Gatorade for everyone, because that is what you are going to need for the extended amount of time. Today, we do have a heat advisory in effect for a good portion of the state. And check this out. This is our first heat index value that is extreme heat warning for eastern counties of Arkansas. That means they are going to see heat index values 110 and above. So no matter where you are in the state, it is certainly going to be warm. There it is. We found it. Oh, is that it? No, that's the water tower. I was so excited, but it's a water tower. Yeah, that's what I get for jumping in there. Okay, well, exciting water tower stuff going on there. We are looking right now at 77. That humidity at 90% out there. Winds are calm, and so they're not helping us at all. Let's take a look at this hour-by-hour forecast. We are looking at plenty of sunshine today, that high in the mid to upper 90s, and we could see that heat index value here in central Arkansas, 106, 107, and it is not going to get any cooler, friends. So we'll talk more about this very hot forecast coming up, and I'm going to go see if I can find the hot air balloon and not a water tower.
Developing now, the Senate narrowly passes President Trump's $9 billion spending cuts package after a marathon voting session overnight.
The bill targets foreign aid and public broadcasting such as PBS and NPR, but removes $400 million in proposed cuts to an AIDS program after pushback from some Republicans.
It now heads back to the House with hours to go before the deadline.
Meanwhile, this morning, pressure is mounting from inside the GOP. Republicans calling out the president over how his administration is handling records tied to Jeffrey Epstein.
The president is brushing it all off, calling it a hoax, and going after the Republicans who are demanding answers, labeling them names like foolish and weak.
Sources tell CBS News the Justice Department has now fired one of the lead prosecutors in the Epstein case, Maureen Comey, daughter of former FBI Director James Comey.
Before the 2024 election, the president said he might release Epstein-related files and a rumored client list, but last week the DOJ said no such list exists.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net.
All of this while the president is sending mixed signals on whether he will try to fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He has accused Powell of fraud related to a multi-year $2 billion renovation project at the Federal Reserve.
Some Republicans say Trump may not have the authority to fire Powell before his term ends in 2026 unless there is cause. A federal appeals court has reinstated part of the LEARNS Act, letting Arkansas block critical race theory from being taught in public classrooms. On Wednesday, the court overruled a lower judge who sided with 2 students and their parents, represented by the ACLU, who claimed the law violates free speech by restricting what teachers can include in lessons. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has called CRT, quote, woke ideology and political indoctrination. The appeals court ruled the state has the right to decide what's taught in schools and put the ban back in place while the case returns to the lower court. Well, a visit to a loved one's gravesite is usually quiet and reflective, but for several families in Garland County, it's recently come with an unwelcome discovery.
THV 11's Tamer Knight has been looking into this and takes us inside the Garland County Cemetery to learn more about that disruption. We'll have that coming up in just a few minutes. In the meantime, in other news today, we want to tell you about Governor Sanders. Go ahead, Hayden.
Governor Sanders is launching something she calls a new school food pantry toolkit. It's designed to help Arkansas schools set up pantries so no food goes to waste. Created by the governor's faith-based initiatives team, it gives schools step-by-step guidance on ways to fight hunger among their students and families. It's part of a broader effort to make sure every child in Arkansas has access to nutritious meals, both at school and at home.
Thousands of Arkansans recovering from spring storms may now qualify for temporary food assistance through the USDA's Disaster SNAP program. The USDA says an estimated 11,000 households across 14 counties, including Pulaski and Saline, could be eligible for DSNAP even if they don't normally qualify for food aid. You can apply by phone or in person through July 20th. To see a full list of eligible counties, you can visit the Arkansas Department of Human Services websites.
Now back to that story we were about to bring you, now to Tamer Knight, as we discussed earlier, and something you've definitely seen on THV11.com, disruption in grave sites in Garland County. I want to send it back over to Tamer now to bring us the full update on this story.
Well, good morning, Karen and Hayden. Crestview Cemetery sits just off of I-70, not far from Hot Spring. It's a place where one local man says is supposed to be a quiet and peaceful visit to his son's grave. But just before the 4th of July, his visit quickly turned into a troubling discovery, one that is now a part of a larger investigation. Crestview is the final resting place of James Jones' son. He says he visits frequently, but one day he arrived to find something missing, a bronze vase that had been placed on the grave, and it's gone for a second time. And unfortunately, the Garland County Sheriff's Office says the theft isn't isolated. 3 other vases have also been reported stolen, all from the same extended family. The crime has taken a financial toll on families and an even greater emotional toll.
She's very upset about it, of course. You know, that was her baby, and it's still our baby. You know, I mean, we know that he's in heaven with our Maker, and it didn't bother him, but it bothers me. It aggravates me, and it hurts me that someone would do that.
Now, the Sheriff's Office is actively investigating, but for families like the Joneses, each visit to the cemetery now comes with a painful reminder of what's missing. Now, if you or anyone you know have any information about the thefts, you are urged to contact the Garland County Sheriff's Office. But for right now, THV 11 News, I'm Tamer Knight.
UAMS is now offering free doula support to pregnant women in 41 counties, aiming to improve maternal and infant health. Expecting moms due before December 1st can apply and choose from 3 trained doulas to help during pregnancy and birth. The program is part of a statewide effort to reduce high maternal mortality rates and improve birth outcomes. You can find the full list of eligible counties and apply on the UAMS website. Back now to Ashley King and a check of the roads this morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It looks great across the metro right now. No major delays. This is a shot of I-40 west of North Hills Boulevard. We can see that traffic is starting to pick up just a little bit. So an increase in volume there going westbound, but otherwise it looks pretty good. Getting a look at the map bit, and we're seeing the usual slowdowns in the heavy volume areas coming into Little Rock, but otherwise things look pretty great. Looking looking at our drive times into downtown Little Rock, and 23 minutes if you're coming from Conway and Cabot. If you're coming from Benton, just a 20-minute drive into downtown Little Rock. So it's looking pretty good, and let's keep that up. As far as the weather goes, Tracy, I guess if you're not a fan of rain, it's looking pretty good, but if you're not a fan of heat, that's not so great.
All those folks that love summer, it's your week. We've got some really warm temperatures headed for you. Currently it is 77 in Central Arkansas. We'll continue to see these temperatures rise over the next couple of hours. We're looking for a high around 97. Southern Arkansas, Camden, Texarkana, they could see those 100-degree temperatures today. We are under a heat advisory in Central Arkansas today. Through 8 p.m., that means those heat index values are going to be above 105 degrees. As we are looking at our afternoon temperatures for the next several days, you can see we're well above our average. We'll have a slight dip on Saturday, a few clouds, maybe some scattered rain showers, but then things really start to bump up as we're heading into next week. We could see our first 100-degree days here in Central Arkansas, and they may stick around for a couple of days. That feels like that heat index. Well, we're going to have that heat advisory today, and I bet tomorrow as well. Might not have it on Saturday, but it is still going to be very warm and very dangerous out there. But as we're heading into Sunday, we're going to start to see that pop back into our area, and again, we could see that extreme heat if we get even just a little bit warmer. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but we'll have that full forecast coming up in a few minutes.